Hey guys, welcome to my very first YouTube video. Yay! So I've been thinking about making this video for a really long time. I'm thinking maybe over a year, but I just wasn't sure. And then I had a few friends, shout out to y'all, you know who you are, the people who messaged me and were like, hey, you should make a YouTube video, you should make a YouTube channel. And I think that made me think about it a lot more. So I was kind of like, okay, well, I've been trying to make this video for about a month now, but I just didn't know what to post about for the very first time. And then I did go on there and I was like, would you guys like to see this quick 20-minute look I usually do when I go out? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Irai. I am a mom of three. I have two daughters, 11 and 7, and I have a baby. Well, he's not a baby anymore, he's a toddler now. He's 11 months, and usually when I do get a chance to go out, I do have my little 20-minute routine that I like to do. I did ask I asked on Instagram if you guys would like to see that, and a lot of you chose yes. So I was like, okay, why don't I just go ahead and make that my very first YouTube video. I also wanted to ask and see if you guys had any other tips or any ideas of something that you guys would like to see me post. I did have a friend ask me about my fitness journey recently after I had my baby. If you guys would like to see what I usually do, how I usually work out, or what I usually eat in the mornings or throughout the whole day, you guys can go ahead and leave me a comment. If you guys would like to see more makeup tips, or I did have another friend ask me how do I usually do my eyebrows. I did it a little bit on this video, but I do, this was a quick 20-minute video. I do have a specific way I usually shade in my eyebrows, and she wanted to see that. So if you guys would like to see that, go ahead and leave me a comment down below as well. And before I get into this video, I do want to apologize. I realized that the only fire alarm that's going out in my house is in my spare room, which I am recording in right now. And I didn't realize until I started to edit the video. I noticed that the sound was super loud, but I didn't want to have to delete and re-record. So I'm sorry if the noise bugs you. It started to bug me, but I promise you guys, next time I went ahead and fixed it, and next time it's not gonna happen again. But if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave me a comment or give me a like, and thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Bye. Okay, so to start off, I start with moisturizing my face. First, I wash my face off real quick, and I moisturize with this e.l.f. Hello Hydration face cream. I really like this moisturizer because it's very inexpensive, and I think I found this one at Target, but I know they also have it at Ulta. I think I paid $12 for this one. And then I also have the Aveeno Clear Complex. So I usually make sure that my beauty blender is really wet. And I'm gonna go in with my favorite foundation, which is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I usually use the matte one because I really love matte finishes. Make sure that my face is ready. It's washed, it's ready to go. And then I just start off with some foundation. This is my favorite foundation of all time, so I just kind of dot it everywhere. Just real quick. I usually like to make sure that my eyelids have foundation on because I suffer from really dark circles, and I feel like my eyelids are always really dark. So I do like to lighten those up with a little bit of makeup, and I go on my neck as well. I know as moms, it's really hard to even have the energy to even try to put makeup on, but sometimes you want to make yourself feel good and feel like at least you look a little presentable. Because I know sometimes, like, do I really have to put makeup on? And I usually try to avoid even going out. Like, if I have to go to the drive-thru, like get some Starbucks or whatever, like that's the only time I go out. When I do pick up my kids, I make sure that I have some shades on, because I'm just like, today I'm not wearing makeup. Like, I'm so busy. I have so much cleaning to do. I have laundry. Like, who even has time to put makeup on? You know, sometimes I even forget to put a damn bra on, but I'm just like, bitch. No. So for the next step, I usually do use some concealers, simply because I suffer from really bad dark circles. I do like to get a concealer that matches kind of like the color of my face. I don't like to go too light because I feel like if I have dark circles, you can see the dark circles like with a very light concealer. So I usually like to use this Fit Me, like it's the same Maybelline brand, and I use it in the color Sand Sable. And it's a very it's a little lighter, but it is very like close to my skin color. Just put on a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, because usually the baby only gives me literally 20 to 25 minutes. You know, I put on some cartoons or his favorite episode of whatever cartoon he's into, and those only last for about 20 minutes. So that's how long he gives me before he's like, okay, like I'm ready to go, like get me out of here, like, or I'm ready for a snack, or okay. So I usually make sure that I spread the whole concealer. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And I do usually like to use this like Airspun loose powder that I've been using for a really long time. I think I found it I think they do have it at Ulta, and I think the first time I ever bought it, I found it at Walmart. So I usually like to add a little bit under, because I feel like sometimes when you sweat, kind of just comes off and just kind of sets it on there, makes it last all day. So I just literally just put on a little bit, and then I do contour, only because I feel like if I just do foundation, I look too plain. I do like to add a little bit of, just to give my face a little color, literally just 2 lines right by the cheekbones, a little bit on the forehead, and girl, you're good to go. Apúrale, ponte los zapatos, and so I'm going to make sure that I blend this really well. So make sure I blend. I feel like a lot of people think like if you contour, like, oh, where are you going? Like, are you going somewhere fancy? Like my sister, she does not like to contour. She likes to put a little bit of blush. But I feel like blush on me, it's not enough. Like I feel like I need a little bit of color. I don't like to look too pale and white. And it literally only takes like a couple minutes. You just blend it in real quick to give your face some color. That's all. I usually wipe off the powder that I have on here. Okay, and then the next step is gonna be like a must. I must have my eyebrows done every time, unless I just decide not to wear makeup. But if I am wearing makeup, the one thing that I do have to do is put on some eyebrows. So I usually use a pencil. So I usually start by brushing them off. I do have a friend that asked me if I can make a video on my eyebrows, and I simply told her, like, I feel like the only reason my eyebrows come out the way she likes them is because I have an eyebrow lady, and she's really good. She usually maps out my eyebrows. So I think that's why doing my eyebrows is my favorite thing, because that helps out a lot. She's really good at what she does. But I usually start inside very lightly, and then at the end I do make it a little darker. Just kind of make a line at the very bottom. After that, if I see any balder spots, I just go in. Then I do the top. Make sure that all my hairs kind of line up with the line that I'm making. And just like that, I'm done. I go in the inside, and just brush it out. And just like that, my eyebrow's done. I would suggest, like, if you guys don't have an eyebrow person, to get one if you feel like you have a lot of problems with shading in your eyebrows. I feel like it's a time saver for me. And if you have a nail lady, then you can definitely get an eyebrow lady. She's amazing. Mine, her name is Diana. She's really cool. I freaking love her. She's my lifesaver. So then after that, I usually do like to get my bronzer the same color that I use for my cheeks. And then I will get a brush. Let me get a finer brush. Okay, I usually like to just go in and add some color to my eyelids. Nothing too crazy, because who has time to do eyeshadow? I mean, I look at these videos on Instagram and I'm just like, oh my god, that is so pretty. But who even has time to sit there for 2 hours when you got kids at home asking for dinner or asking for snacks or asking for a bottle? And it's just like, never mind, I don't have time. Another one of my really like must have if I'm doing my makeup is my lashes. I usually like to go in with these lashes. I haven't tried a lot of lashes before because I've been hooked on these lashes for years. Like any of you who know me, I've been using lashes for a really long time. And my favorite brand has always been this Kiss brand. And I really like these because most of the time I don't have to cut the edges. I know a lot of girls, they have to cut the edges, or you know, they have a lot of problems, but I usually just add my glue to my edge. And then I know somebody else asked me if I can make a video on how I put my lashes on. And it's really hard to explain, but once I feel like the only advice I can give is just practice. I kind of let it dry a little bit. I just look down. I usually like to make sure that the first edge is on first, and then I just very lightly touch it, and just like that, I push it in. And there's my lash. And I feel like the lash just makes everything just like perfect. It makes you feel like you actually tried. And who even has time to try? I barely even have time to think. When I wake up, I'm just like, ugh, I'm too tired to even care what I look like. And it sucks because sometimes you're just like, I don't care, like I'm just gonna go out. And then you go out and then you're walking by an aisle and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, bitch, like who let me out? Why doesn't anybody in my family tell me like, why are you going out like that? You look dead as fuck, like take your ass back inside the house because you need some help. I want to say 90% of the time I don't care. It's kind of like, can you tell me to put some makeup on, please? Okay, so I'm going to go in with the next one. Just put it on the edge. And I just touch the end of it, and then I push it in. And just like that. And then to finish it up, I just like to go in with some blush. Nothing too crazy. I feel like blush on me is not really good. I think that's why I bronze, but I do like to add a little bit of color on the cheek, on the apples of my cheeks. Really quick. I do like to add some highlighter on my cheeks. Just really quick. And then I do finish it up with this coconut water. I usually, if I'm gonna go out, I use this Urban Decay All Nighter. But if I'm just gonna go out somewhere, I feel like this is really good for my face. It keeps it hydrated, and it's called the Coconut Water Hydrating Mist. I found this one at TJ Maxx for $6.99, and I've had it for a really long time. So I usually just spray it a little bit, just let it dry. I usually add some lip gloss, but other than that, that's it. Just quick 10, 15, 20 minutes. I just put on some tights, a cute tee, get my diaper bag, and I'm out.